tools every day at work and at home to pull, pound, cut, and mold. Whether powered by human muscle, gasoline, electricity, or air, getting the job done without tools is virtually impossible. In fact, there aren't many tasks that we perform that don't require a tool of some sort. And because we're so familiar with them, we often don't follow the proper safety procedures. For instance, many people are injured when they use the wrong tools, such as a wrench instead of a hammer, or a screwdriver instead of a chisel. Accidents also happen when the right tool is used, but in the wrong way. So using the wrong tool, or using the right tool the wrong way, not only makes your work harder, it also makes it more dangerous. You're about to learn 6 very important rules for working more efficiently and safely with tools. Let's look at the first rule now. Choose the right tool for the job.
Now, where's that Phillips? It was here yesterday. I bet Jack used it and didn't bother to put it back. I don't have time to go to the tool crib. I'll use this instead. It'll only take a minute anyway.
See what can happen when you use the wrong tool for the job? Never improvise. Never use a knife when you need a screwdriver or a wrench when you need a hammer. Know each tool's correct use as well as its limitations. But that's not all. Even when you're using the right tool, you've got to inspect it first. Always inspect tools before using them. When you fail to follow this rule, problems like this are likely to occur. Problems that could result in a serious injury. So always inspect tools for dull blades, worn bits, loose or mushroomed heads, frayed cords, cracked handles, missing parts, and other defects. If you discover a problem, don't leave the broken tool lying around because someone else might use it and get hurt. Tag it and return it for repair. And once you're sure the tool is safe to use, follow our next rule. Use tools correctly. Before you use any tool, whether it's a power tool or a hand tool, make sure you know how to use it. This may mean reading the directions or asking your supervisor for advice. It's also a good idea to practice using an unfamiliar tool before starting the actual job.
Hey, Patty, stop!
What's wrong?
You're gonna get hurt. Come on.
What are you talking about? I read the directions. I know what I'm doing.
I'm not talking about how you're operating the drill. That's fine, but you're overreaching. You could fall and get hurt.
Oh, I guess you're right.
It's important to make sure you and your work are secure before exerting pressure on any tool. To secure your work, use a vise or clamp. To secure yourself, make sure you have solid footing and are well balanced. Using a tool correctly also means not abusing the tool. This is especially true with a power tool. Don't force a tool beyond its capacity. Don't throw it down or dangle it by its cord. Don't break off its grounding plug. And don't expose its cord to heat, liquids, or sharp edges. A damaged tool is more likely to malfunction and cause an accident. And if an accident does occur, whether or not you're injured may depend on following this next rule. Always use required personal protective equipment, PPE.
Okay. No, you just do exactly what the doctor tells you to. I'll talk to you next week. Yeah. Okay, bye.
What was that all about?
Bad news. That was Joe. He was at home drilling something, and the drill bit broke off and went right into his eye. It's pretty serious.
Wasn't he wearing his safety glasses?
Apparently not.
That's surprising. He's always so careful about wearing PPE here.
I know.
You need PPE when using any tool, at work and at home. What should you be wearing? The answer depends on the type of tool you're using and the type of job you're doing. However, in general, safety glasses or goggles should always be considered when using any tool. A face shield protects your face from flying particles, but it shouldn't be worn without safety glasses. Gloves protect your hands when you're working with certain tools and materials. For example, wear metal mesh-type gloves when using knives and other sharp cutting tools or when handling materials with sharp edges. Wear leather gloves when using a prying tool, such as a crowbar. Noisy tools can damage your hearing over an extended period of time. Protect yourself against hearing loss by wearing earplugs or earmuffs. Your lungs also need protection when working with tools that generate dust, particles, or fumes. Remember, there's more to dressing for safety than wearing PPE. Before using any tool, tuck in your shirt and remove any jewelry. Otherwise, the clothing or the jewelry could get caught between you and the tool that you're using. Following these simple steps and wearing PPE will help to ensure your safety while you're working with tools. And there's something else that you can do. Something that will ensure not only your safety, but the safety of those around you. And that's our next rule. Keep your work area safe.
Ah, darn it. Forgot to call Tim about that job he wants me to do for him this afternoon. I better call him now.
Take a good look at this work area. What hazards make this work area unsafe? One obvious hazard is this saw that was left running while unattended. But there are other hazards here which may not seem so obvious, but that could still cause someone to get seriously hurt. In order to keep your work area safe, you've got to pay attention to what you're doing and to what's going on around you. If this worker had kept his mind on safety, he wouldn't have been operating this electric tool near flammable materials. And look at the floor. That cord is a hazard. It's not secured, and someone could easily trip on it. And the sawdust left on the floor presents a serious slipping hazard, as do the tools left lying about. Keeping your work area safe while you're working is important. Think about your safety and the safety of others. And remember, tool safety doesn't end when the job is finished. Our next rule for tool safety applies when you're carrying tools and putting them away. Always carry and store tools safely.
Hey, what is the matter with you carrying your tools like that? Somebody might get hurt.
Sorry, don't get so upset. You didn't get hurt.
I'm not just talking about me. You are lucky you didn't get hurt. If you had fallen, that screwdriver would have gone right through your neck.
You're right. I'll go get my tool belt.
Whenever you're transporting tools, it's important that you carry them safely, either in a toolbox or in a tool belt. Otherwise, you could injure yourself or a coworker. In addition, make sure that you cover knives, saws, or any sharp cutting tool. And if you're carrying a power tool, never hold it by its cord or with your finger on the switch. And not only must you carry tools safely, but you must store them safely as well.
And I'll see you later. I gotta run to catch my ride.
Hey, what about your tools? You can't leave your tools lying there.
Look, I'm in a hurry. I'll take care of them tomorrow.
I'm sure your ride will wait. It'll only take you a few minutes to put them back where they belong.
Besides, you know what happens once you leave tools lying around.
All right, all right. I know it'll be impossible to find them tomorrow. I'll put them away now.
It's important to put tools where they belong when you're finished using them. Check them to make sure they're clean and in good repair. Wipe off any grease or dirt before putting them away. And check all tools for damage before storing them. If you notice a problem, tag and report it according to your company's procedures. Return tools to their proper place so they can be easily found and where they won't hurt anyone. For instance, never store large, heavy tools overhead or in a place where they could fall on someone. Be especially careful with knives, saws, and other sharp cutting tools. Be sure the blades are covered. And take special care with power tools. The cords can be damaged if stored incorrectly. Coil the cords loosely so that they're free of twists and kinks. Cords should never be placed near corrosives, oil, heat, or sharp edges. If you don't take the time to store tools properly, it makes it that much harder to find them when you need them. And you'll run the risk of leaving them where they could get damaged or cause an accident. So store tools in their proper cabinets, tool chests, or wall racks. Take tool safety seriously, from the time you pick out the tool till the time you put it away. Sure, it takes a few more minutes to do this. You might have to go back to the tool crib to get the right tool, or go to your locker to get your safety glasses. But wouldn't you rather take a few minutes for tool safety than a few days, weeks, months, or even a lifetime of suffering the consequences of an injury? So let's review these 6 basic tool safety rules once more so they'll stick in your mind. Always choose the right tool for the job so you can prevent accidents like this one from happening. Inspect tools before you use them to make sure they're in good repair and operating properly. Once you're sure a tool is safe to use it correctly. Follow instructions and ask your supervisor if you have any questions. If an accident should occur while using any tool, you'll minimize your chance of injury by using PPE. Be sure to wear it when working with tools both at work and at home. Of course, keeping your work area safe and free from hazards is a good way to prevent accidents from occurring in the first place. Keep in mind, too, that your work area travels with you wherever you go, so carry and store your tools safely. Take tool safety seriously. If you're not sure how to use or operate a tool, ask. Don't take chances with your safety or with the safety of others. Remember, tool safety is in your hands.